Stop it. Stop it. Hake, stop doing the noises. It's cringe. I have to do something at the beginning of the show to make sure that you guys can hear me and that the stream is going. And it is. It is Tuesday, September 19th, 2023 AD 2023, the year of our Lord, Anno Domini. It's 9:01 a.m. U.S. Pacific Daylight Time. Going to talk about Ellen. Yes, I'm going to talk about Ellen again because I like it. I like talking about this. Anyway, and Trump, it's just a little history on how I found out how evil she was. And Trump was on NBC's Meet the Press. This is kind of old news. I guess it was on Sunday, or it aired on Sunday. It was pre-taped. And some light-skinned black gal, mixed gal, interviewed him. People are all mad. And there was a little interesting tidbit of information from the transition of power, the peaceful transition of power. Trump peacefully allowed Sleepy Joe Biden to turn the government, to transition the government from manly into effeminate. So bad. But he left a gracious note, and I believe that. Weak Drew Barrymore. Man, weak Drew Barrymore. Hopefully not another I never spent 45 minutes on Ellen. That's false accusations, Nugget Man. But I will spend time on Ellen, Drew Barrymore, and Ariana Grande-Butera. And by the way, I meant to get to this yesterday. I mentioned it. Dave Rubin wants us to be outraged at Trump's reasonableness about the transgender issue. And so do the other sanctimonious supporters. They're more sanctimonious than DeSantis himself, which I don't think of DeSantis as very sanctimonious. So anyway, let's, I will get to your calls too, by the way, guys. Some of you are already on hold. And of course, your super chats. I do see some have already come in. Shout out to Ling Yan Chin. But anyway, guys, let's get right on with the show.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la.
Hey guys!
Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la.
So, how you guys doing? I am fine. I am wearing a JLP tee so I can point it out without shame. It says, all thoughts are all lies all the time about anything. Something like that. It says, all thoughts are lies. Nice. Designed by the JLP crew. Anchor Baby, specifically. It's cool. And this one is a sort of a light mint green, sort of a neutral colored green. So that's cool. And by the way, Nugget Man, I can prove to you that I did not spend 45 minutes on that evil woman who thinks that she's a not morally straight lesbian thingy. Okay, let's see. First several minutes was Jake Paul and Vivek TikTok dance. Second, after 15 minutes or so, I covered the German climate protesters. 25 minutes in, I started Bill Maher and the scab stuff. And then at 35 minutes in, I started Ellen DeGeneres, and I stopped at 50 minutes in, meaning I spent 15 minutes over Ellen DeGeneres, not 45. Boom! In your face. Oh, holy moly. Nice. What a mess. Hake fighting with the chat. Terrible. Let me get to a call right away, though, guys. I have Tyler in Hawaii on the line. Tyler, am I pronouncing the name of your state right?
I have no idea, dude. I don't even care.
Nice.
Hey, Hey, remember I was calling you a few weeks ago about the water in California?
Oh yeah. You were
Yeah,
you were the one
right.
who was saying, dude, you don't do research or something like that, right?
Yeah, dude, you don't.
Hey,
I still
control
stand by
your
that,
tongue,
but-
man. Did you slip and
All
cuss?
right.
All right, go ahead. Just
Okay, all right.
calm down and get it out. I'll let you get it out, as long as you don't
dude.
cuss.
So, I left California. Crazy stuff happening, right? My phone got hacked. Hey, everyone I know, their phones are being hacked right now. It's nuts.
Oh.
Anyways,
Out of curiosity, is it? Pardon my interruption, but is it Android or is it iPhone?
Yeah, I had an Android. I mean, it was
First mistake.
yeah. It was
Am I wrong?
terrifying.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it actually scared me so much
Yeah, I bet.
that I left California, dude. Anyways, I got to Hawaii. When I was in California, right? Dude, everywhere.
Oh
Just holding
yeah.
hands, making
Well,
out.
you were down in San Diego or somewhere?
Man, I don't want to
West
say exactly
Hollywood.
where I was, but
Okay, never mind.
yeah. Anyway, so now that I'm in Hawaii, right? The dudes look different. They're jacked. They're huge. They look like men. They almost look like cavemen compared to where I was from.
Are they the Hawaiian like
No.
Asian Pacific Islander types, or are
No.
they whites?
No, the white ones.
Oh, okay.
All of them. They look like badass savages. And after being here for like
Sorry,
1
kids.
week, I physically look different. My skin is slightly thicker. I feel stronger. I have more hair. And like I'm saying,
The water's
I'm
cleaner
not-
than in Cali, huh?
yeah, dude, there's like
Maybe that's my problem.
I've done a lot of research. I gotta talk quiet, dude. Like
Yeah. Okay.
I'm living at this place. It's like all girls, you know. So I'm like, I want to be like on my best behavior all the time. I don't want to wake them up.
Right.
So, man, I was right, dude. And I'm calling because, dude, get out of there, man. Pretty soon you're not going to be able to, think straight.
Oh, okay. All right. Nice. Well, I wish you well over there in Hawaii. So you moved out there for the time being, anyway.
Yeah, dude.
Cool.
Yeah.
Is it the air or the water or the exercise or the fresh air being outside? What is it? Do you know?
No, my lifestyle is exactly the same. I believe the water. Okay, I'm not making this up or anything. A guy's come on your show, on Jesse's show. His name is Dr. Shiva Ayudare,
Uh-huh.
who is actually the real deal. He's a scientist. He
Right.
did a whole video about how the water in California is so contaminated with pesticides that it's causing endocrine disruption.
Yep.
And like
Possibly.
there might be a spectrum, right?
Is your diet different over there too?
No, not. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, not really.
All right. His
but,
skin is thicker. Your skin is thicker. Physically.
Yeah, everyone here has visibly thicker skin. The
Huh.
dudes are so jacked.
I don't know
they
what that
all
looks
look
like,
like they're
but-
on roids.
Yeah.
Sorry, I gotta talk quiet like there's
Okay.
neighbors. The dudes are so jacked. Everyone looks like they're on roids.
All right. I mean, I heard
And,
you like 3 times now on that point, but thank you.
All right, then I'll repeat it again. The
No,
dudes look like they're on
I'm going to
roids.
hang up on you if you repeat it again. That's defiance. I don't need your defiant spirit on the Hake report. We have enough defiance from Hake. I'm like being defiant
Right.
toward the chat. Now it's going to be too much bad attitude on a Tuesday morning. Anyway, go ahead. Oh, now you're breaking up, man. Oh, this is
See if
terrible.
I care.
Okay, now you're better.
See if I care. All right.
Okay.
All right. I gotta try to talk quiet. Yeah. I mean, that's all I had to
Cool,
say.
man. Well, that's a nice report. It's food for thought, definitely. Something to think about and
then-
consider.
Me and my friends and like people I know, and I talk to people at the bank, our phones are getting hacked.
Even
Like,
out
it's
there,
crazy. Yeah.
even
out
in
here.
Hawaii.
Well, no, technically the person I talk to is in Canada,
Oh,
but it doesn't seem to matter where because they're cell phones, right? You can reach anyone anywhere. And I'm telling everyone, watch out, because someone has the ability to hack your phone.
Right. Okay.
And it's straight up scary when it happens to you.
Yeah.
Like, you'll be freaking out. So
I was listening to an older Gen Xer on his show. I've been on his show before, Asmodor. TKR official on Telegram. And he was talking about how, I mean, you want to live that life of having the convenience of the cell phone, fine, but just know that they're able to track you and do, they being people whom are not, don't have your best interests at heart.
Elon Musk, Hake? You mean Elon Musk?
Maybe him too, but I'm talking about the app creators,
you mean Elon
Apple.
Musk and Mark Zuckerberg?
Mark Zuckerberg, yeah, I suppose so. Why are you bringing up Elon Musk like he's such a nefarious person?
Because he is.
Maybe so.
Okay, and
I
then
think
also,
that he's less so than a whole lot of others.
Dude, he's just a front man for a giant thing, dude. He's a front man. He's an actor.
There are
you guys
hordes.
gotta sharpen up.
There are hordes of evil people whom you've never heard, nor I have ever heard, who are like subverting these companies.
Here's another one.
All right.
Vivek is a fraud.
I'm with you on that
actor.
one.
Okay, good, because I don't know anything about him, but I'm supposed to tell people this stuff.
Oh, okay. Who's told you that you're supposed to tell it?
Dr. Shiva Ayudare.
Oh, okay. Now, Vivek, I thought about playing his Jake Paul little dance here. Do you mind? Are you able to pull that up somewhere? Vivek, he did this little dance with Jake Paul, and I was thinking about it last night. I'm like, you look at this little dance that he did on TikTok with Jake Paul, the social media influencer / boxer extraordinaire, white man. And could you imagine that being president? No thanks. No thanks. So I'm with you, man. He is a...
yeah. Hey, man, like, I got to keep calling your show and stuff, but, like, I'm going to have to figure it out. I think I'm waking everyone up in the freaking neighborhood.
Oh, yeah, because it's 6:13 in the morning over in Hawaii, right?
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
I'm living with, like, a ton of girls, and, like, bro, like...
Well, be careful out there.
I got to be on, like, perfect behavior, because, like, it's all girls.
Yeah, you don't want to mess up your living situation and end up homeless.
Yeah, I'm trying not to get island fever here, you know.
Oh,
like,
yeah, true.
People go straight up crazy here.
Yeah.
Like, so, like, I'm fucking watching it.
I got to go, Tyler. I appreciate you, man.
Sorry.
No worries,
right,
but I got to go anyway. Take care. I hung up on him before I headed the click. I didn't want the click. This is what Tyler brought up. Thank you, Tyler, for your call. Appreciate you, man. He cussed again. Sorry, kids, ladies, gentlemen. Here's Vivek. Picture this being president. He's a kid. I know he's 30-something. I know he's like a millionaire, billionaire. And he earned it on some level. Here it is. Oh, yeah, I put it backwards. There's bored Jake Paul, who's smirking and bored with life. Bleached blonde hair. And I was spending my time looking at Jake Paul's face because his face is so interesting. Like he's he's not really there. So right on. Don't turn your life over to any one person or your mind over to any one person to tell you what to do, though. But right on. Interesting Indian on Indian call-outs there, because he mentioned that Dr. Shiva guy. I think he's Indian, and Vivek is Indian anchor baby. Not to be confused with American anchor baby. In Canada. The host of American Anchor Baby and Nick Stream. No, this is a Fox News friendly, and it's present day Fox News friendly. It's not the back in the based days, JLP, Matt Drudge, various others, the Refugee Resettlement Watch lady, Ann Corcoran, Fox News. No. This is mess. This is the woman-run Fox News. A shout out to Fox News. And women-run companies, right? Okay. Our greatest president, Donald J. Trump. Here's a clip 21. I saw this on NewsNation. Dan Abrams Live shared this. New NBC Meet the Press host slammed by some for interviewing Trump. And this has I'm going to show this great moment. It's like 30 seconds long. About Trump's note to Biden being shockingly gracious, described by Dan Abrams, apparently referencing, quoting, or paraphrasing what Biden said about it. Here's Donald Trump being interviewed by this half-black gal and half-white on Meet the Press, formerly run by some other guy on NBC, far-left NBC, Sunday show. Here's the pre-taped interview snippet. Here it is.
Can I ask you a question? I don't think you've ever gotten this question, but it's been reported that you left a note for President Biden when you left office.
It's true.
It's true?
Yeah.
What, can you give us this little sense of what you said?
You know, it's interesting. He actually said it's up to me to do, and I actually think it's up to him to do. I left him a note. I think it was a nice note. I took a lot of time in thinking about it. I'd love him to do a great job, even if it was very bad politically.
Biden himself described that note as shockingly gracious.
Biden himself described that note as shockingly gracious, reported the reporter on NewsNation, Dan Abrams. Isn't that so Trump? Some of you people thinking Trump is always like going hard, or maybe you don't think he's that, or some of you people think that you should always be going hard against the evil people like Biden, who is possessed by evil. Hake appreciates this gal's deep voice. I do like a deep-voiced woman. She does have a deep voice, that's true. But he's gracious. He loves the country. This is how I read it. I don't know, of course, but this is my impression, okay? Some of you guys think, oh, Trump's an actor. He's a con man. Ever heard of Trump University? Or he's always going hard. He's going to start a war. He never started any wars. Not really. The greatest note ever written, says Zeus. Exactly. News report said, you know I won, Joe. I disavow that. North Star. He loves the country. He wishes him well. He's like, I don't know what he said, but people are always shocked and surprised and appreciative, pleasantly, of how Trump listens. You know that black guy who ran for president, soft-spoken, the father of Big Bump, metaphorically speaking, of course. Dr. Ben Carson, soft-spoken man, head of HUD, Trump's HUD. When Trump beat him out, Trump met with him, and Ben Carson remarked, and other people have remarked, that Trump, they're surprised by how much he listens to them. Like he listens intently to them. Kind of like JLP listens to people when he's talking on the phone with them. He hears and picks up what they're saying. It was a perfect note, says Carver. Yeah. Trump just wants what's best, says Bill the Butcher. Exactly. So, right on. I found that just cool. Little things are kind of, every moment is important, right? So, right on, our greatest president. Nice. I'm chuckling because, Ellen, let's see if I can spend not 15 minutes too long. 15 minutes is 15 minutes too long, right? Ellen. Why Ellen? Why am I so interested in Ellen? Because of this I thought it was Tom Tancredo, but it's not Tom Tancredo. It's Larry Tomczak. Larry Tomczak. Tomczak clip, okay? Clip about Larry Tomczak. Larry Tomczak was a guy covered by the liberal media, Right Wing Watch, maybe. I don't know. I used to, when I was producer of the Jesse Lee Peterson show, I would frequent Huffington Post, sometimes Daily Mail, that sleazy far-left anti-Christian outlet, foreign outlet, UK. I remember seeing Ellen on billboards years ago, before I was producer of the Jesse Lee Peterson show. I never paid attention to it. I just knew that she was like this feel-good daytime talk show host with short hair, you know? Then I became producer for JLP. I see her doing all these phony giveaways to people, you know, kind of like the rich man in the Bible, rich men parading their gifts to the Lord like they're so holy, or the gifts to the poor, receiving their reward, as Jesus said, right? For sympathetic figures, right? Getting good PR for herself. Everybody loved her. They don't like her anymore, I guess. And then there's this Christian man. I was perusing Right Wing Watch, or some other sleazy anti-Christian, anti-white website, right? And anybody they hit-pieced, my young mind was like, ooh, they might be based. if there's a hit piece about such and such ridiculous right-winger, they might be a good guy. I didn't have the word for based back then. For example, there was this white Christian man who was involved in Ukraine. No, not Ukraine. Uganda, Africa. One of those anti-gay African law countries that were like Christian influenced. I think it was Uganda. He would tell the real story. I think it was this man who was running for governor in Massachusetts. Like, it was a long shot. But despite the Huffington Post and the liberal Christians, so this Larry Tomczak fellow is or was a Christian guy. I think I might have even gotten him on the Jesse Lee Peterson show, but he referred to Ellen as quote unquote married to a woman. I don't even like to say it. It's so vulgar, right? And Ellen covered his comments and put him on blast, saying, "I'm not married, quote unquote. I'm married." And I have this quote. Okay, here's the headline. Are you aware of the avalanche of gay programming assaulting your home? Larry Tomczak. And there's a picture of Larry Tomczak. This is from Christian Post, of all places. Christian Post is pretty far left, just like Christianity Today. But back then, 2015, this is June of 2015, I believe, or January 2015, I'm not sure. January 8th, 2015, wow. Larry Tomczak exposing this, sounding the alarm for Christian parents, you know, of children who are watching these TV shows. I wasn't even allowed to watch TV except for Sundays at Grandma's house, Dukes of Hazzard, or Three Stooges, or The A-Team, or something cool like that. Knight Rider. Anyway, here's clip 22A, Ellen DeGeneres. This was shared. I got this from Daily Mail Online. I dug up the old article. Daily Mail Online. Ellen DeGeneres shuts down homophobic pastor Larry Tomczak. I told you Daily Mail is far left extremist. So here's clip 22A. Here's evil Ellen going after this guy.
There's an article written about me, and I would like to address it right now. It's a pastor who wrote an article for the Christian Post where he accuses Hollywood of having a gay agenda and said that Ellen DeGeneres celebrates her lesbianism and marriage in between appearances of guests like Taylor Swift to attract young girls. Okay, let's just break this down. First of all, I'm not married. I'm married. That's all.
Listen to the crowd. Women. Look at those women.
Larry, I don't even know what it means to celebrate my lesbianism. I mean, well, I guess I do. It's like that. There. I'm gay.
Pre-planned
So
gag.
in the article, the pastor criticizes a lot of TV shows for promoting gay agendas. He says that Glee has over 5 characters. Modern Family had a gay wedding. Anderson Cooper boasts about his homosexuality. If you ask me, Larry's watching a lot of gay TV.
What an evil woman, huh? Terrible. Sick woman. Typical liberal, nasty, person trying to do this sly, oh, maybe you're into the gay thing. So evil. So here's part B. Here's her gay agenda. Oh, by the way, she's dressed all mannish. Lord Baby 42 says, hey, can you dance like Ellen? No, she dances too mannishly. Men don't dance. Unless you're Joelle Friday, then you dance manly, but not mannishly. Right? Okay, so here's you calling him David Pacman? Anyway, so here's part B. Here's her gay agenda, because he said gay agenda. She's like, I have no agenda. Here it is, part B.
Larry, the only way I'm trying to influence people is to be more kind and compassionate with one another. That is the message that I'm sending out. I don't have an agenda.
Liar! Kind and compassionate.
I'm not here to brainwash anyone, but... Listen to the sound of my voice. Attention, youth of the world. I want you to live your lives being exactly who you are. Be true to yourself. The most important thing is to be true to yourself.
That's her agenda. Be true to yourself. That's not true. That's not true. Who you are. That's what the liberals and the radical homosexuals claim. Oh, be who you are. You're attacking them for who they are. That's not who you are. I always knew that. And she was, for the audio podcast listeners, or the live audio feed listeners who weren't watching the video, she was spinning this spiral thing to, oh, that was a fake laugh track? Oh, that wasn't the people? That nervous laughter? She was spinning that thing that is supposed to put somebody in a trance, hypnotize them. It's not who you are. But she's blind leading the blind with her fake, evil mama spirit, compassion, and kindness. Was that kind of her to do this underhanded accusation? Oh, you're watching a lot of gay TV, Larry Tomczak, this homophobic Christian pastor. Show that evil Daily Mail headline. They're nasty. And then I guess we'll move on. No, we won't move on quite yet, because there was a follow-up point I wanted to make. But look at that. Larry, it sounds like you were watching a lot of gay TV. I should have censored that part. Sorry, kids, ladies, gentlemen. She shuts down a homophobic pastor after he accused her of promoting a homosexual agenda. He attacked Hollywood for having a gay agenda, quote unquote. Criticized, and they spell it the foreign British way. Shout out to the British people. British foreigners. Don't know how to spell English, American English. American Idol, Empire. Oh, yeah, Empire is that one with that Jussie Smollett, who's all into that mess, who lied about this fake hate crime, right? Typical gay and black thing and woman thing to female-minded spirit to make up a fake hate crime and smear the whites and Christians and Trump supporters. So anyway, sick, huh? Sick stuff. And, last week I covered how her mother was a mess and multiple marriages and took the stepfather's side. So this woman, reason I covered it last week was this woman is, reminds me, looking at the background of this gal, this Ellen evil woman, malicious woman, with her fake mama love, reminds me of Jesse Lee Peterson's book, The Antidote, covering the backstory of these people, these evil figures, these other evil figures. He didn't cover Ellen. Don't worry. If you buy Jesse Lee Peterson's book, The Antidote, you won't have to read about Ellen, I don't think. I forget. But he wrote about Trayvon Martin and Michael Brown. Look at her, back when she was more ladylike, more feminine. Jesse Lee Peterson wrote in The Antidote, Healing America from the Poison of Hate, Blame, and Victimhood, that he had the same evil, angry spirit that Trayvon Martin had, that Mike Brown had. And isn't that true? All these whites judging the thug Trayvon Martin as if they're not having an evil, angry spirit too, you know? Covering how these evil people like Obama, look, get that picture down. Oh, terrible. That's not a good picture of her. Oh, there's her mother. Looks all nice on the outside, but promoting dark destruction and evil. Because she has that mama spirit that went along. She destroyed her daughter along with the help of her stepfather, allegedly. Ellen's stepfather. Second husband. And whom she later divorced. And it's wrong. Obama's life, same mess. Eminem's life, same mess. All covered in The Antidote. O.J. Simpson's life, oh man, O.J. Simpson's father was a mess. Wonder what his mother was like. O.J.'s dad turned into like... And O.J. didn't really promote anything about his dad because he was a proper old school man who didn't... oh, look, there's the fake wife. Anyway, O.J. didn't talk about his dad, but his dad was a mess. What about the mother? What was his mother like? And normal people with quote-unquote... Oh, yeah, I censored. I censored Ellen out of the picture of... oh, terrible. And I like her. But she's evil and nasty. Normal people with normal families, quote-unquote normal, right? Not normal as God intended. But they're a little bit closer to that. Like one husband, one wife, didn't have kids before marriage, stayed together, Christian, going to church maybe, not being all sneaky and vindictive and all that stuff. Even those families get messed up. So I looked up Ellen's Wikipedia, and that's what I covered last Friday. For 15 minutes, not 45, Nugget Man. Maybe Nugget Man's gone already. Typical mother, not on a solid foundation, right? Swayed by the daughter's imaginary lesbian. Child of divorce, had a stepfather whom she accused of doing evil to her. A mother who took the stepfather's side against her own daughter. Mother who's now a straight, radically not morally straight supporter. Spokesman. Sort of makes you understand why she's that way. Right? I like tabloids. They're human interest. You're no different, you know? Except your issues may be less obvious, especially to you. Right? So right. All right, let's move on. Boom. A little bit less than 15 minutes, right? Nice. Weak Drew Barrymore. Weak. Not based. Comedy Nonsense Network. No. The far left females at the Skim reported yesterday, Monday, the 18th. You know, last week I was like, based Drew Barrymore. Defies. She turns into a scab against the victim. Union people on strike. Who read the room, though? The ladies at the Skim. SKIMM. The Skim. Drew Barrymore read the room. Meaning she listened to the liberals. Complainers, victims. Yesterday, meaning Sunday, the talk show host posted an apology on Instagram. I have the picture on her IG. Shared that she's pausing production on her show, entering its 4th season, Drew Barrymore show. Drew Barrymore, who's Drew Barrymore? Actress woman, right? I guess that's redundant to say actress woman. Actor woman, if you're Hassan, right? Nice. Wow Hassan on Wednesdays. Joel Friday TV on Tuesdays. Walking on Water Hassan. So this is her apology. I have listened to everyone, and I am making the decision to pause the show's premiere until the strike is over. The union communist strike. So she's a kiss-up to communism. I have no... she was a child actress, right? Child actor. I have no words to express my deepest apologies for anyone I have hurt. See this? Lame-o, mama spirit woman. I was calling her based. I still think she's based on some level. Or basic. What's the difference between basic and base? To anyone I have hurt, you didn't hurt anybody. And of course, to our incredible team who works on this show and has made it what it is today, we really tried to find our way forward. And I truly hope that's a whole lot of trulies and reallys. Truly hope for a resolution for the entire industry very soon. She posted on her IG, Instagram. I should have known she'd cave. She's a kiss up to evil. This gal. I do appreciate, though, that she's anti-victim. Don't you? Isn't that nice and refreshing? I read that whole thing from that Asian man who his last name was Jung, not to be confused with Carl Jung, Jung. And he references Carl Jung because she's all into psychology and mess. I do appreciate that she's anti-victim, so I like her. Evil, possessed woman. Typical. Okay, so clip 23. I knew she wasn't based. She's a kiss-up. Here she is, Drew Barrymore TV, 2 minutes long. Her talking to Michelle Obama, sharing how her parents taught her to overcome her fears. Well, isn't that nice? Isn't that a nice little message? Here it is, Michelle Obama talking to this unbased kiss-up, Drew Barrymore TV. Here it is.
I wasn't always confident walking across the room, but what I had were parents who told me not to let my fear guide me. So they continued, they started pushing me early out of the nest to try new things.
Walking to school by yourself.
Walking to school by, it's the basic things that a parent can allow their child to do that starts building confidence. So I tell the story about me being in kindergarten and my mother, we live around the corner from our school.
On Euclid Avenue.
On Euclid Avenue. I went to the neighborhood public school, and my mother decided, okay, here's an alarm clock. It's time for you to wake yourself up, and you can walk around the corner to school. And I was like, lady, are you crazy? I am 5 years old. I didn't say that, but that's what was going through my little mind.
Give me a break.
But I did it. And the lesson that I learned from her is that she had to overcome her fear of letting me go. And a lot of times as parents, we hold on tight for too long. We don't want our kids to experience that fear, that anxiety.
Look at those
the
pants.
one thing that I say is that if you don't let your kids practice their fear, they never learn how competent they can be. So that walk to kindergarten was the first of many exercises, leaving the south side of Chicago and going to an Ivy League school where my college counselor told me I wasn't Princeton material. So going to that school was overcoming a set of hurdles of being a first, and then being on an Ivy League campus where you're one of a handful of black students, where you're treated as sort of like a novelty. So the practice of the act of crossing the room is a practice. And I have been practicing it my whole life. So when it was time for me to walk across that stage with my husband, to stand by him as he took the oath of office, I was practiced in walking across hard rooms because...
Oh, terrible. She's scooching her chair closer. Terrible. Typical. Oh, let me get close to you. Remember she went over and hugged that other gal, Katie Holmes, in that other clip that I played last week? The weekly Drew Barrymore update. On Euclid Avenue, Drew Barrymore jumped in when she was talking to Michelle about Obama, the so-called first lady under Barack, right? Hake sews, probably. You mean like sewing? No. Teacher's pet, former first lady's pet, black woman's pet. Walking to school at age 5. I guess girls are maybe more afraid of being independent than boys, because at 5 walking to school, I had a longer than around the corner walk to school. It wasn't bad. It was fun. Of course, she was south side of Chicago. I don't know if it was bad back then. Those wide flare pants on both those gals. Michelle's hair. What the heck? I mean, it's okay, I guess, but I'm not used to seeing her like that. Oh, by the way, did you know I went to an Ivy League school? Michelle Obama. Is she bragging instead of fake brag? Oh, was that affirmative action? Is she affirmative action? And then he swore the oath of office. He didn't mean a word of it. He should have sworn on the Quran and had his fingers crossed behind his back because he's like, psych, I'm going to stomp on the real Americans and mock the Tea Party real Americans and pretend that they're racist. Lame-os. Okay, all right, okay. Ariana Grande Butera. Did you know that her last name is Grande Butera? This gal. Ariana Grande, singer. 30 years old. She looks 13, or used to. She's getting a divorce. Butera. Who's her father? Early life. Was her dad Butera? Frank? Okay. Edward Butera. Okay. So the mother didn't take the father's last name. I don't know if they married or what. She's not a normal white, by the way. She's Italian, Sicilian. So she's getting a divorce after 2 years of marriage. I didn't even know she was married. CNN, Common Nonsense Network, CNN reports today, 13-year-old looking pop singer and her husband, Dalton Gomez, who's 2 years younger than she. I think I mentioned this in Hake News. I have pictures of them. No, I don't know if I put the pictures in the folder. Let's see if I did or didn't. Did I? No, okay. I found them, though. Boom, boom, boom. Give me a second, because I have the... these are mildly amusing. Okay, I'm dragging them into the folder, at least a few of those. I censored the one where they're kissing, the picture where they're kissing. Ariana Grande, 8. Boom. 9. 10. Oops. 10. You see those in the folder there, Hassan? Oh, I can't show that one. That's too vulgar, and I don't have time to censor it. Okay, so they're going their separate ways due to irreconcilable differences. Typical marriage nowadays. Thank you. Yeah, we censored the kissing. Dalton Gomez, 28 years old. She's 30. And he looks as effeminate as she does, and she doesn't look very feminine to me sometimes. Like our minds have been poisoned. Well, maybe I'll speak for myself. My mind has been poisoned so much and traumatized by seeing every now and then these people who are not actually ladies, but they're dressed up and made up as though they're ladies. And she looks like she could be one of those. But I'm sure she's a lady. I use the term loosely, a female. Irreconcilable differences. The reason I think of her sometimes is because I know that the younger millennials pay attention to her or something like that. And then also, she was ex-girlfriends with that once suicidal man, comedian. I guess he's a comedian. Pete Davidson, SNL guy, Saturday Night Live. And that overdosed late rapper, Mac Miller. She was girlfriends with him. Look, she looks 13. Gross. Muslim terrorists, by the way, attacked her concert goers in Manchester, England in 2017. So she leaves behind her a trail of messed up men. And she's a messed up gal. Is that Elliot Page? I shouldn't laugh, says Carver. False flag, says Hassan. Defending the Muslims, of course. Just kidding. Totally messing around. Who gives America first? She's a person. Don't you care about people? Hake's on top of the pop drama today. All right. So that's just, look at that. Okay, so that's what made me think of, because there's these that story. Oh, I have that story. There's these fake beauty queens who are not even queens. They're not even ladies. They're not even females. And they look kind of like this picture of her from the 2020 Grammy Awards. All too much makeup and hair tied up and looks like a grown woman almost there. But no, don't be deceived. She's perpetually 13, even though she's 30 now. I don't know what Mac Miller, what possessed him to get with her. Or Pete Davidson. Pete Davidson got with Kim West. Kardashian West. Ugh. That leads me into this story. Dave Rubin. You know Dave Rubin? He's not a Christian. He's a liberal. But the left stopped being liberal, so he's like a liberal friendly to the right-wingers, supposedly. Or at least the new right. He wants us to be outraged at Trump's diplomacy with the transgenders. Clip 15A. I have some screenshots and clips from this incident. This came out yet last week. Trump, trans, DeSantis, etc. Show these first two screenshots, and then I'll play this clip, okay? Real quick. Unfiltered Boss tweeted out, Trump trans 1 in that folder there, Hassan. Megyn Kelly asks. Megyn Kelly interviewed Trump. Very nice interview, I guess. Haven't watched it. Megyn Kelly, can a man become a woman? Trump, Isn't that amusing? Defend this crap! I dare you! We are about to find out who all the frauds are on the right. This is indefensible, tweeted this person who calls himself Unfiltered Boss 1 on X. This was September 14th. That would have been, last Thursday or something like that? Something like that. I don't know. So Dave Rubin tweeted this out, and I saw it because John Ziegler, who's been on the Jason Lee Peterson show, and Pedro Gonzalez, who's been on the Jason Lee Peterson show, liked Dave Rubin's tweet because they're kind of anti-Trump guys, somewhat critics of some sort. Dave Rubin tweeted this out. Number 2, Hassan. Why all this silence the last 24 hours from the ultra MAGA influencers? That's not his voice. Why all this silence? I can't even do Dave Rubin. He's my competitor, a YouTuber. Oh, he founded, did he found Locals or get involved with Rumble? I don't know. He's a free speech friendly, supposedly. Jewish, calls himself, quote unquote, married to a male who's also named David or something like that. Anyway, he's all, this guy who's part of the LGB mess is all mad about the T mess. These LGBs all mad at the T's. You know what I mean? LGBT. They want to exclude the T's of some sort, right? They're all delusional. Delusional, undelusional, all mad at Trump, who's friendly to everybody. So here's the clip from Megyn Kelly's interview that came out last week. 15A, Rubin Report tweeted this 17-second video out. Check it out.
Can a man become a woman?
In my opinion, you have a man, you have a woman. I think part of it is birth. Can the man give birth? No. Although they'll come up with some answer.
They'll come up with some answer. Here's a little bit longer version. Jeff Power 80. Oh, hold on. Let me see these responses. Okay, no, let me read a few responses, then I'll play this. Skip down to number 4, Trump trans 4. Oh, I should have censored this. Okay, Trump and quote-unquote Caitlyn Jenner at Mar-a-Lago after he refused to say men can't become women. I don't know if this is real, but it looks like it's a real photograph. I don't know if it's the setting is what this person says, Swiss watch guy. And it's Trump holding hands. Okay, take that picture down. It's kind of vulgar. Poor Bruce Jenner. He looks like the female governor of Michigan now. Okay, listen to this. Look at this vulgar thing. I censored this. Are you happy with me? I censored it. This is what made me think of Ariana Grande. Jesse Turner, here for the SH T show says, I bet $20 he slept with a trans. Can you believe that? This is a vulgar statement to say. What a dirty imagination, evil mind, huh? Talk about an insane assumption. Maybe he was just joking, but that's too dirty of a joke. The Canadian beauty pageant guy and or Bruce Jenner says this, speculates this evil Jesse Turner guy. And he shares this article from Reuters from 2012 when Trump was in charge. Oh, that's not a lady. Oh, okay, take it down. Take it down. Let's skip down to the Reuters one. Oh, show the censored one. It's traumatizing. It's traumatizing. I shouldn't ham up how overreacting I need to be, right? I don't need to overreact like that. So this was a Reuters headline from 2012. Very interesting, sort of. Not that interesting. Trump overrules the rejection of a so-called transgender beauty queen. And Reuters was so far left in fake news extremist by R.T. Watson, whoever that is, this article, calling this person a she. This person is called Jenna Talakova, tall blonde, tall, 6'1" Canadian Indian, First Nations they call it, half First Nations, half Canadian or something like that. Blonde who underwent so-called gender reassignment surgery at age 19, started that fake gender transition thing at age 14 in evil Canada. This person whose face I'm censoring, right? Out of decency for the sensibilities of us, right? Holds legal documents affirming his identity as a woman. Once pageant organizers, okay, so they kicked this person out of the pageant because allegedly this 23-year-old back then in 2012 lied and said that he was born a woman and he wasn't. But I don't know if he lied or not. It's unclear. And this person whose face I'm censoring hired or got with or colluded with evil feminist lawyer Gloria Allred. You guys know that name, Gloria Allred? Evil Democrat feminist lawyer liar Gloria Allred, not a Christian, involved. And then the not yet exposed Trump fixer at the time, lawyer, personal lawyer, Michael Cohen, the rat. Michael Cohen, the rat, speaking on behalf of the Trump organization who was running Miss Universe, said he was respecting the laws of Canada, the evil laws of Canada, and letting this person go. So this evil Jesse Turner person speculated, oh, Trump must have slept with one of these people. What a sick person. So anyway, here's the Trump versus DeSantis. Check out this clip. Clip B there, Hassan. Trump's interview with that Megyn Kelly gal, and then a flashback to DeSantis. I think I've played this DeSantis clip before, and somebody mashed them together. DeSantis' answer is short, canned, in my opinion. And then Trump's answer, you can take that Reuters thing down. And then Trump's answer is kind of long and hemming and hawing, but comes off more genuine from the heart. Here it is.
Can a man become a woman?
In my opinion,
you laughed.
You have a man, you have a woman. I think part of it is birth. Can the man give birth? No. Although they'll come up with some. Was she allowed?
Should biological men who say that they're trans be allowed in women's restrooms, in women's locker rooms, women's prisons, women's spaces?
Yeah, my stance on that is really pretty much what I had in the military. I think it has to be. Huh?
No, they shouldn't.
Yeah, that's my stance. I mean, that's been my stance. I may have allowed Caitlin's Caitlin, right? I knew Caitlin as Bruce. I knew Bruce, and Bruce was a great athlete and a very handsome person, a very handsome guy, and all of a sudden, Bruce is Caitlin.
There's also just the issue of, are we going to be a society based on truth, or are we going to be a society based on deceit? And if you take a man and they dress up as a woman and you tell me I have to accept that they're a woman, then you're asking me to be complicit in a lie. And I just refuse to do that. So we've got to tell the truth. I think, the truth will set you free. And let's just be honest about what's going on here.
That was kind of cheap. That was cheap. The truth will set you free. DeSantis. Based DeSantis, says Kale. Oh, man, I apologize. I forgot or didn't realize or pick up on the fact that they showed that swimmer person. My bad. But in my opinion, Trump's answer was real. DeSantis kind of canned. Trump works with people. Anyway, Ron is so weak, says Zeus. Yeah. And I don't really have any malice towards Ron. I'm tempted towards malice towards Ron's supporters on Twitter. They're just so nasty. Anyway, I feel like that's enough of that. I will get to your calls, guys. It's time for some music. Enjoy a brief song. This is from OK, Absolutely Kosher Records, the album Low Road from 2004 or 5. This track is entitled Devil. And isn't that appropriate, given this whole first hour, right? There's a devil inside you all the time. Here it is. Enjoy. I know I do. And I'll be right back for hour 2 and your calls and super chats. Thanks, guys. Hang tight.
We're killing you, just like we're killing me. But what can we do? We're who we're supposed to be. We're killing you, just like we're killing me. But what can we do? We're who we're supposed to be. There's a devil around you all of the time. There is nothing to fear, nothing's wrong with your mind. There's a devil around you all of the time. There is nothing to fear, nothing's wrong with your mind. There's a devil around you all of the time. There is nothing to fear, nothing's wrong with your mind. There's a devil around you all of the time. There is nothing to fear, nothing's wrong with your mind. There's a devil around you all of the time. There is nothing to fear, nothing's wrong with your mind. There's a devil around you all of the time. There is nothing to fear, nothing's wrong with your mind.
Kind of fun, huh? What in the world is this? Hake? This song slaps. Marty Anderson. Not Christian, I don't think. Well, thank you guys for bearing with me through the beautiful, in my opinion, music. Maybe it's a acquired taste. Before I get to Super Chats, guys, let me get to Grant in UK. He's on the line. Grant in the United Kingdom, man. Thanks for calling. What is up, man?
Yeah. Can you hear me okay?
I can. You sound great.
Cool. Yeah, I hope this, I don't know if this makes sense. I hope it does. I was just thinking, if life is a spiritual battle and we need to let go of the flesh and what the flesh makes us believe and things along those lines, and we get convinced of things and whatever, why does anyone go to hell when we come out of the body, when we die from the flesh physically? Because we're getting convinced by evil, we're not really evil. So why does anyone go to hell if you're free when you die from the flesh?
That's a question for God, man. Because I've wondered things along those lines about so-called free will and predestination and just how evil the world is and all that stuff and how evil we are. The world being the people in the world, right? Possessed we are.
Yeah.
And it's kind of something to leave as an I don't know. My suspicion is to leave it as an I don't know and keep focusing on what you know and yourself. You know, the evil self in you, watch it, be alert, and keep on, pray without ceasing, and be patient with not knowing or understanding.
Right. Yeah, it makes sense. Because obviously for people that are beginning to separate, they can see the difference and the differentiation between living for the ego and living for the love and light. You can, the more you separate, the more you're able to see the truth in that. But yeah, it was just interesting. I was just like, you know, like when the body, it's like that man, it's like that black guy who died, and then he said that, you know, because he was this like really angry person and stuff, and then his body died, and then he said he saw a void and everything was love. Like,
yeah, you're talking about the David Williamson from the basically the YouTube video that JLP mentioned the other week.
Yeah, the near-death experience.
Yeah.
And it just made me think, like, surely in some respects, when you pass, you're free. Who knows, right? Like you said, who knows? And I just wanted to hear someone's opinion on it.
There is there's a passage in the Bible where Paul or somebody in the Bible says, "Who are you to like judge or question God? Like, should a creation ask the Creator, why'd you make me?" That's not really the purpose. It's arrogance. It's kind of playing God, judging God, or questioning as though we know better than God, at least in the sense of that. You can question, I guess. It's fine. You can wonder and question, but to get bogged down in it, it's not advisable.
Yeah, it seems like a trick from the devil it's like, why did I think? Yeah, I mean, why did I think that? And you shouldn't ever live by a thought. You should always let them pass. So and the more you let them pass, the more these things that I've just brought up will naturally separate from you, and you won't even observe. You know, that won't be something that you even need to question because you'll be separated from your thoughts. So,
All nice. Well, I appreciate your call, Grant, in UK. What'd you think about my coverage or trashing the Daily Mail as a foreign outlet?
I mean, I personally find it difficult to trust any type of anything that we're told and stuff. You know, I just don't know. I mean, I just don't know. But yeah, all right, cool, Hank. I always get your name wrong. I always say Hank.
Right.
It's not Hank.
It's Hake.
It's a cool name though. It's very different.
But which one, Hank or Hake?
Hake. I'm gonna say Hake.
Yeah.
I feel like in the English accent, it's even harder for me for some reason.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, man. Cool. Yeah, a lot of people call me Hank. They get confused.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Right. Or Jake, because James and Hake. But
well, my name's Grant. Well, in America, that's Grant.
Right. I keep on calling you Grant, but it's Grant.
I guess. But like the first time I ever rang Jesse show, he called me Gronk.
Gronk? That's funny.
He called me, he said Gronk. And I said, that sounds like a gremlin under like some bridge or something.
There is a football player named Gronk, I think. Yeah.
Oh, really?
American football, yeah. Gronk. There was I only know because there's a rock star named after him.
All right, cool. Well, I'm going to keep listening to your show now.
Thank you, man.
Thanks for talking to me.
All right. Take care. It's interesting because JLP called me Hate. He used to call me James Hate. But he called Grant Gronk. Super chats, guys. I am remiss in not getting to the super chats. Lin Yen Chen, several hours ago, stated on Streamlabs, the calmer you get is the smoother your flow in kinematic chains. Like kinetic energy, kinematic, I guess, chains, translating into more action points stacked on top of your ordinary moments of inertia. Interesting. Being calm makes you hit more precisely, more frequently, and with less effort. Calmness is key, K-I. And then he puts parentheses, K-E-Y. I don't know what the K-I stands for. What is that? But thank you, Lin Yen Chin. Great point. You know, when are any of you guys chokers? Press 2 if you choke in sports situations. You choke under pressure. Press 1 if you're not a choker. You're alpha. You come through. You're a clinch. You come through. You perform well under pressure. Press 2 if you choke. And I don't want to come up with 3, 4, or 5 right now. Somebody else do that. But you're nervous. You get in your head. You think about, what? Why are you getting nervous, man? And you mess up. Choking. He's choked. Trump talk. Oh, he's a choke artist. He's a choker. He chokes. Talking about like Mitt Romney or somebody. He had the presidential race in his pocket and then he choked. Mitt Romney lost in 2012 to Obama's second term. Nice, Lin Yen Chin, because he wasn't calm. Trump is calm, and that's why he is able to jump in any which way, unpredictable. Nice. Anyway, Carver bought a coffee. Oh, I already read that one. Thank you, man. He liked the Kentucky John versus Ohio Mike collar battle yesterday. Riley JM bought a coffee. Hake, are you still going through puberty? I cracked. I'm growing. Funny. I guess I'll just leave that as it is. Being enlightened till I rise bought me 5 coffees. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. No comment attached. Over on Rumble, several Rumble rants came through. Let me see if I can fish all of these up. Evil is still... Okay, let me go up to the top here. Canadian David said of that Hawaiian collar, that whole collar in Hawaii, maybe there is magnesium in the air. That's what makes his skin thicker. And that's what makes all those guys jacked, like they're on steroids. Maybe, Canadian David. Thank you for... He's a Rumble supporter on American Anchor, maybe, on JLP, and on Hake. Did you know if I'm streaming live on rumble.com/The Hake Report, you can click that subscribe button and donate like, I don't know, is it $5 a month? That's cool. And then your chats get highlighted. Just regular chats. Evil is Still Real says, wow. This is a Rumble rant. Thank you, man. He says, 2 episodes in 1 week focusing on Ellen. What luck. This is what I mean by making your show less gay. Just keep talking about gay. Your 160 gay viewers number might grow to 190 someday, he says, sarcastically. I think there might be some backhanded constructive criticism in there. Thank you, Evil is Still Real. OJ was base America first. Base America first is not OJ, but OJ may have been based America first, AF, America first. That's what AF stands for, kids, but don't say kids. Don't say AF kids. Caught wind that his, okay, well, he says caught wind. His wife was, I don't know if I want to say this. That's amusing. I think I have to disavow that one. Evil is Still Real, and stop there. Just better safe than sorry, you know. No, I mean it may have been a cartel or something. I don't know. But yeah, his wife that white wife was, I think she was stabbed to death, along with a man who was in this, I guess, house with her. And that man was he looked white, I think, but I don't think he was a normal white. And was he a Hollywood banker or no? I don't know. But thank you, Evil is still real. I appreciate your facetiousness on this one. It's somewhat facetious, I'm sure, because he has no ill will towards anybody. Not even the flat earthers of the chat. Smarties, geniuses. Evil is still real. Ellen, Barrymore, Michelle Obama, you really hitting up the topics based people care about. Your opinion on flared pants and Michelle's hair, you just on fire today, old boy. Pretty funny, man. Ariana Grande says Evil is still real with another super chat. And her parents' marriage arrangements with their name. You even had photos. Just gets better and better. I have no idea why you do not have 10,000 viewers. Mind-boggling. Terrible, man. Funny. Megyn Kelly views on transgenders. Awesome. It's Megyn, not Meghan. Exclamation mark times 4. Do you seriously understand how G-word your show has become? It is more G-word than your chat, he says. Whew. Whew. Now, I think he may really like it. I'm not sure. He was in Joel Friday TV's chat, really, really counter-signaling Joel Friday TV, but yet he was still there. So he may be being like, Hake, you're a genius. You're covering these topics that no other based people are talking about. And so you're filling a void, a gap, a need, a hole in the coverage of the right wing. Maybe. Canadian David says, don't take sides, Hake. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Good advice. Hake willingly calls Democrats based, but freaks out at someone calling Ron based. Amazing. Right on. Okay, Evil is still real with another one. Hopefully with a great song by OK, you can pivot from your 200% G-word first hour and have a decent show for your second hour. You can do this, Hake. I know you have it in you not to be super G-word. Thank you, man. Thank you for your vote of confidence. So much for hoping for the second hour, he says with the follow-up. Start right off with a not morally straight caller. Come on, man. That's a low blow. Just because he's from UK doesn't mean he's not morally straight. Just because he has a British accent doesn't mean he's... Anyway. When your screeners hear someone that has a voice like they should say R-word on the line, you're Phil Voight. Anyway. Pretty funny, man. Thank you for the support. Evil is still real. I do fill the gaps. All right, indeed. Kentucky John is on the line. John from Kentucky is on the line. I'll get to the rest of your super chats later. Appreciate them. John in Kentucky, thanks for calling. What's up, man?
Man, I want to address one of your callers, man, since they addressed me.
That's fair.
2 days.
I don't. Yeah.
2 days.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Man, goodness, I'm going to call you back, man.
Oh, you got to go?
I'll call you back later.
All right, sounds good, man. John from Kentucky, a busy man, a working man. I do not like caller wars. I like caller wars that I set up, and that's it. But thank you, John from Kentucky, for your call. He got to go. Another quick super chat, though. I saw one come in. Zuzu bought a coffee. Or is it Susu? Or is it Siu? Bought a coffee. Let's say if, with an asterisk, they won't let Trump in, who would you vote for? It's whom would you vote for from all of them? Hank, she asks. Well, Ms. Zuzu, I don't know if I would vote. I do not know if I would vote. Because DeSanctimonious, he's going to be the nominee. I mean, I don't know the future, but there is no if. We're not living in the future, Zuzu. But in my distant imagination, since I am in my imagination right now, you put me there. Thanks a lot, Sion. Delilah. I still somewhat like DeSantis, even though he's kind of lame for running, you know. And the people who support him are just they're not thinking straight. Let's say that they're not thinking straight, and some of them I like a lot, really. But Cernovich even came around. He's a Trump guy now. He's not DeSantis anymore. I knew he would come around. Hake voting for Gavin McInnes. Better than Gavin Newsom, am I right? Huh? Okay. Enough of that. Let's move forward with some alpha stuff. Speaking of gross stuff, I guess this is not alpha. Ashton Kutcher and Danny Masterson, MeToo'd. They got MeToo'd. Friday afternoon, I hope that I censored this stuff properly. I had a few days to do it. Dom_Luker tweeted this out. I think I censored it properly and didn't even uncensor it because this is gross. Breaking! Fire emoji, siren emoji. Ashton Kutcher has resigned as chairman of the board of the Thorn anti-child sex abuse organization that he co-founded along with his wife at the time who was older than him, Demi Moore, who was in some, well, I won't get into that, but she was ex-wife with that guy who has the brain damage right now. Don't uncensor this picture. If I have the uncensored version, do not show it. That's, for some reason, he shows this picture of Ashton Kutcher. Ugh. Come on, Dom Luker. Destroyer of narratives or whatever he is. Black dude. Who's that guy? Die Hard guy. Blanking on his name. Anyway, yeah, Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis was married to her. She divorced him, and then she got with Ashton Kutcher, this young guy. I have some level of respect for Ashton Kutcher, though. Beyond even just as a fellow human being, you know? Because I respect all fellow human beings, if I respect any human beings. He co-founded that back in 2009, and then he resigned from it, his own organization. Typical man. Typical purportedly white man resigning from your own organization, forced out. White enough to be hated, and man enough to be hated, even though he's not that much of a man, right? My impression. He's an actor. Followed due to his letter of support that he wrote for convicted R-wordist Danny Masterson. And Page 6 covered it too. A somewhat more flattering picture of this guy, Ashton Kutcher. Didn't he play Mark Zuckerberg? He played that guy whom you like. Did you like him as playing that guy? Not Tim Cook.
Steve Jobs.
The Apple guy. Didn't he play the Apple guy?
He did.
Did he do a good job?
Not really.
Oh. Was there another one of Jobs by another guy?
Yeah, Michael Fassbender.
He did a lot better?
Incredible.
Nice. Yeah, so he didn't do a really good job. I like, who's that guy, 2.5 Men, who he replaced?
Charlie Sheen.
I like Charlie Sheen.
By winning.
Yeah. I didn't like that little moment of him talking about winning and catching the HIV or AIDS or whatever. But we wish him well, too. A better actor, my take. But this Ashton Kutcher guy, he's getting lynched, basically, metaphorically speaking, by the Me Too mob, which is ongoing. Resigns from his anti-trafficking organization after praising the R-wordist Danny Masterson. And this guy, Danny Masterson, was an actor in that 70s show, which I never watched. I told you that already. Blah, 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 blah. And he was accused from, and you may have heard about it on American Anchor Baby, too. Oh, yeah, American Anchor Baby played this clip of Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis. Mildly attractive foreigner gal. Sort of foreigner-seeming gal. Mildly attractive. Well, okay. Maybe even more than mildly attractive. Mila Kunis. Oh, they do this IG thing together. Are they married now? Those two are married now, huh? Are they? Do you know? Do you know the gossip? Yeah, they are. It's a little bit more fitting, I guess. So they do this apology thing where they're taking turns reading lines in this apology thing. Go check out American Anchor Baby. Was that the Friday show, Anchor Baby? Was that the Nick stream? Or was that, I don't know. I think it was. Because I was listening to it on Saturday. So that would have been Friday. Saturday morning, I took a drive down to SD San Diego. I saw a listener. Nice. Anyway, so this Danny Masterson guy is sentenced to 30 years to life in prison for a 2003 R-word. Don't be R-wording, and don't be getting into situations having the S-word out of wedlock to where you could be accused of R-wording, because they just accuse you. They just accuse you. And let's say even if he did wrong with these gals, he was 28, they were in their 20s as well, according to the reports, right? This Danny Masterson fellow. And I don't even know if some of these things should be the law involved unless it was like forcible R-word. Finally, Hake uses the term mildly attractive correctly. I think she's more than mildly attractive, this Mila Kunis gal. But, you know, she's a foreigner. This is not my type. I have no type. Moving on, let's keep on going with this story. Mean, nasty, vindictive women, and they get to stay anonymous, and then they smear this guy, drag him through the mud in the court of public opinion. And is there any evidence? I don't even know or care. And he, by the way, he's married now to this Bijou, how do you say that name? Bijou Phillips, something like that, 2 L's, who's standing by her, man. She was apparently, according to the reports, seemingly shocked, appeared shocked that he was convicted and sentenced to 30. That's ridiculous. 3 women, maybe like 4 accused him and only 3 got through. Oh, and part of the reason I'm not for this, and I bring this up partly because this Dom Luker guy is a Trump supporter guy. Is that his name? Or Euchre? Maybe I'm butchering his name. Dom Euchre. And he called this man an R-wordist. And I don't know or care what he did. Really, to me, it's between them. Him and the gals. But the gals are bringing the law into it. I don't know if that's justified or not. They're bringing this one guy from that one band at the drive-in. At the drive-in. He went on, in 2017, he went on Twitter and said that this guy R-worded his wife. Why would you say that publicly? Obviously before he was his wife, right? You know what I mean by R-worded. I don't really want to get into, carry on about that part too much. But he literally said that. Who's this guy? At the drive-in. Cedric Bixler Zavala. 14A. 14A. My wife is... terrible. I didn't censor it. My wife is one of Danny Masterson's R-word victims. Why would you post that? I think he deleted it later, but it's got archived. Of course, Danny's being a dirtbag. He says a word that I've been told I shouldn't be saying. Oh, he outed her by name a while ago with the help of his dingbat publicist, Weinman, Jenny Weinman. Oh, my bag. Okay, but he said that. You publicized it even more by tweeting about it. The Church of Scientology has been harassing us since last year. Oh, because he was a Scientologist. And so he claims that the Scientology people threw poisoned meat into his yard and killed his dog. I laugh because how do you know it was them? It doesn't sound like an organization's thing that they would do. It seems like a malicious person would do that, maybe. Isn't that crazy? Oh, and then these replies are ridiculous. Wow. Oh, please let us know if you need... War on Women tweeted, please let us know if you need anything we can do to help. All these people, all these feel-good people, oh, I didn't know you guys went through that. It's so shocking. Oh, terrible. Anyway, I gotta not show too much. Don't show the next one because it has cuss words in it that I didn't censor. Somebody said, forget Danny Masterson and forget the Church of Scientology. Much love to you and your family. Thank you for bringing awareness to this. So evil, fake Me Too movement, right? 2017 stuff. Vindictiveness. Terrible. I'm glad I never watched that 70s show. It was all 1998 to 2006. Did anybody, you guys watch it or like it? Probably it was probably kind of good, actually. Was it good, that 70s show? He didn't watch it either. Based! Wow, Hassan did not watch it. Anyway. Oh, that's why I wanted to cover this. By the way, real quick. George Gascón. Bijou, or whatever her name is, Phillips, the wife. Don't ask me why she didn't change her name to Masterson. Allegedly felt terrified over his sentencing. Her husband's sentencing. After the guilty verdict, Los Angeles County DA, District Attorney George Gascón, the ex-Republican turned communist Cuban. He's a Cuban, right? Cubans turn Republican, but sometimes they turn back into being communist, apparently. George Gascón, endorsed by evil Black Lives Matter for DA, replaced the first black female DA, whom I actually voted for this past time around, because I didn't want him getting in. George Gascón, sponsored by George Soros to the tune of like $1 million, plus or minus $500,000 maybe, and supported by like 1.5 million by the Netflix CEO and his wife George Gascón, the one who let the 3 strikes guy out of prison to kill my friend, the cop. My high school friend, the cop. Not that I have a beef with George Gascón over that. I'm like, oh, I'm going to blame George Gascón. But he's an evil person. And he released this statement praising the 3 women who came forward. Their courage and strength have been an inspiration to us all, he said in part back in May, I guess, when they got the conviction. While we are disappointed that the jury did not convict on all counts, we respect their decision. I don't know how he sounds. I've never heard maybe I've heard George Gascón talk. The verdicts handed down by the jury in this case were undoubtedly a difficult one to reach, and we thank the jurors for their service. Gascón added his team, he and his team will continue to educate the public on the importance of, there's that fake C word, replacement for morality, consent. Not get married before having the S word. Do not be having the S word out of wedlock. Consent. That's the only value that they have left anymore. Consent. False value. Satanic mama spirit value. Healthy relationships. And show number 10. I have this quote, actually. Bystander intervention. This is Gascón. He turned into a total woman at heart. Evil, satanic, possessed type of a woman, right? Not the good kind of decent woman. You see that there? 10, number 10. Ashton Kutcher, Danny Masterson, 10, Gascón quote. We believe that by working together, we can create a safer and more just society for all, he said. What a sick person. He's not making it safer and more just. It's the opposite of justice. Social justice is not justice. So you know not to be on the side of these people smearing these people. Nowadays, a conviction, oh, you can call this guy, this man, whoever it is, I don't even know or care, Danny Masterson, right? You can call him a convicted R-wordist now, right? But that doesn't mean anything anymore because you don't know if it's true or not. You don't even know if a conviction is right anymore. Know what I mean? Anyway, that's enough of that. Let me get to Ben in Connecticut. Ben is on the line. What's up, Ben?
Oh, good, Hake.
Hey, good to hear from you.
Yeah, listen, I don't agree with any. I really don't agree with any of that stuff. Like, an accusation is an accusation, but you can't just take a guy's livelihood because of that, you know?
Yeah, so I don't know
That's wrong.
He went through a trial and they convicted him. There must have been evidence, right? But in
well, that specific situation, yes, but
I don't know if they were. I really don't know if there was evidence.
Man. I mean,
nor do I care that much. But
he probably did that, Jay. But I'm talking about like I'm specifically talking about what's that guy that owns Twitter or X?
Oh, Elon Musk.
Yeah, it's like all of a sudden, like, oh my, no, not Elon Musk. I'm sorry about that. Was it Russell Brand?
Oh, Russell Brand. Oh, yeah, because they're going after Russell Brand now. Yeah, all these people get
Yeah, it was like, come on, man. Why? Come on. And Russell Brand is a playboy, you know, and he's not.
Russell Brand is he's like this foreigner who has this accent, and he's in America. He was married, I think, to Katy Perry, and then he was, like you said, a playboy. He was sort of
That was a big mistake.
Who
can find her attractive? Seriously, who the fuck can find her attractive?
Hey, keep it clean, Ben. You're on.
Oh, sorry.
Friendly show.
Like, seriously, like, what do you see in her? Like,
who? Katy Perry?
she's basic,
she's a woman. Mildly attractive.
She's alright.
Yeah.
She's alright.
She used to be a Christian.
No, but
Did you know
this is what I'm saying. But
she put out a Christian album. She's a bird brain.
She put out a Christian album?
Yeah, she put out a Christian album. Her parents are these liberal Christians.
Lie. I know you lying, bro.
No way.
You gotta be lying.
I'm not. Katie.
She put out a Christian album?
Before she started on her secular career. Katie Hudson. Katie Hudson was her name.
Now it makes sense. Now it makes sense.
And she adapted Katy Perry.
I mean, you know, it's possible, I guess. You know, but
and it's really not our concern. It's not our business. It's between him and the ladies who accuse him, and I use the term loosely, and maybe the cops if it's a police involvement type of a situation, maybe. But the public should not be all taking sides. I'm tempted to take the man's side, but it's best to leave it. I don't know, and call out the evil where the evil is. Hold each person responsible for the evil they do.
Listen, I'm not taking sides in any point of view.
Right.
If it's an accusation, you just don't shut down whatever he has going on for him.
Yeah, exactly.
It's still an accusation, and when the process is going through the court system, then you could take a step back.
Yeah.
But now it's like, you call me down, well, oh my God, we're just going to cancel you all of them.
Yeah.
No one can make that claim. You know what I mean?
That's communism, man. They used to be blacklisted, and now they're blacklisting people, and they have their false values, their false set of ethics, and when somebody wears out their welcome, such as Ellen or this guy Masterson or that guy whom you mentioned, Russell Brand, they're gonna treat them like trash, kick them to the curb, no love. All evil.
No, definitely no love. But
yeah.
I mean, I'm not a Russell Brand fan.
Me neither.
I never liked his like British stand-up comedy.
Oh, okay.
I could barely manage him, but when he had his podcast or whatever it was.
Yeah, he was sort of an independent thinker.
A little bit of that, but I hate that little freaking stupid British accent.
Yeah, me too.
So annoying.
That high-pitched voice.
I hate that. He was speaking truth, but it's like I just nah.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's still a liberal. I mean, we appreciate him for telling whatever truth that he is, but he's still a liberal. It's fine. If you listen to him, that's great. You shouldn't stop necessarily.
I could have managed more than 5 minutes with him.
Yeah.
They'll give me nightmares, you know. So,
yeah.
You know, it was one of those situations. But you know, I don't like, you know, when people's careers are like.
Yeah. But that's the world. Now that you know that that's the world, let that be a warning not to be alone with a woman who could turn evil, could very well turn evil.
Well, you know, it can happen all the time. You know, you remember Donald Trump? He had there was one woman on a plane with him.
Yeah. I cracked.
What was the name of that? Carol Jean, some crap like that.
E. Jean Carroll. Yeah, she was in a department store. And I like her. She's kind of adorable, to steal a word from Wow Hassan. But she's a mess, and she got a successful lawsuit against him for so-called S-word abuse or something like that.
Well, what did he do to her though? That's what I'm trying to find out.
I don't even believe.
Because they were on a plane, right?
No, that was. Oh, was it on a plane? There was one in one story of hers in a department store. I don't know if she saw him on a plane later.
God.
There was another plane story. It might have been her. It might have been
There
some.
was one that there was one lady, not even a lady, but there was one that was in a freaking plane, and then Trump said something to her.
That's funny.
It was weird. I'm like,
there's been all kinds of funny stories with these ladies and with Trump. There was a Hispanic gal who was in the Miss Universe pageant or something. And then she said that she gained a lot of weight. It looked like a whale or something like that. Kind of funny, and I don't know.
And she sued him for that because she gained a lot of weight?
She went in. Well, she later accused him of a bunch of stuff. And
like what, though? Not rape or molestation.
I don't even really remember. But it was all covered by the.
Man. Come on.
It was covered by the female-minded, unchristian, liberal, communist media.
What's wrong with these women?
They don't care about the proper ways of doing things. When you have an issue,
charges up. We need to change these laws. If you're making these accusations against men, and if you're found completely delusional, you need to spend some jail time. But it's not like
good luck changing those
ambiguous.
laws.
It's not that it's ambiguous. It's like if you're completely found lying, like the Duke 5. You remember the Duke 5?
Duke Lacrosse? I wasn't familiar with that story. That was a false rape accusation from
they accused
Al Sharpton
5
or somebody.
Duke Lacrosse players of rape, and they weren't even at just like. And now these women get to roll around like scot-free and stuff like that. Get out of here.
I know.
Weird.
It's ridiculous. But good luck changing those laws. It's only gotten worse, man. We'll see what happens. But in the meantime, men, protect yourselves, be wise. And ladies, forgive and go to the person or drop it. Forgive, though. Not these accusations. Satan is the accuser. You're being Satan's daughters by doing this accusing stuff. And men who are going along with this, that's evil. I am a fan of this Dom Luker guy. I like him, but he's piling on and pretending that this Danny Masterson is maybe more evil than he really was, is what I'm saying.
I don't know. I mean, it could be, but I'm just saying. I mean, you know what? The one thing about that specific, the Mastodon case, the one thing about that specific
Mastodon,
case, he's not going against, conservative values, you know what I mean?
Right, he's not a political person.
Values. So it's he, in my mind, is he might be a rapist, you know what I mean? But when I look at the spectrum, it's people that lean to law and order and the conservative spectrum, they get tortured.
Oh yeah,
for anything,
Totally. Yep.
And that's what I'm looking at. So it's Kevin Spacey, Mastodon dude. These guys are these are godless individuals.
They are, but
so it's
but I don't join
if they're getting accused. It's not a political hit job. It's
no, it's just an anti-man thing. Even though they're not very manly.
I don't even think it's that.
I really think it is, because these are not manly people. Kevin Spacey, this Masterson guy. But
Kevin Spacey is a gay, flirty guy.
They're man enough to be hated. They're men enough to be hated.
Well, listen. Yeah. Kevin Spacey is a homosexual pedophile.
I don't know about the PDF part, but he said that he was that.
No, he is, because he took advantage of a 17-year-old.
That's not. You don't know. You don't even know that if that story is true, and you're acting like that's a baby child. That's not. PDF usually means.
You better watch your words.
Yeah, you too.
The law is the law, okay? The law is the law, okay?
But that's not legally. That's a statutory thing. Maybe it's statutory R word.
All right, listen. I cannot prove that because I wasn't there.
You're throwing around accusations like a woman.
I cannot prove that because I wasn't there, but it's most likely he did it.
Why would you even? Why would you even know? Why would you even care? To even care enough to even speculate about that?
Because Kevin Spacey's.
No. But why would you? Regardless of Kevin Spacey, why would you care enough to speculate about that? Unless
because
it has
I don't like what's going on.
you hate
I don't like what's going on.
Unless you hate Kevin Spacey.
Listen. I am for justice.
But if you were for justice, why would you not leave it as an I don't know rather than he cut out. That got me. It disconnected. I did not hang up on him. But thank you for your call, man. He's for justice. I'm for justice. And that's why I leave it as I don't know. And I don't even, nor do I care. Anyway. Somebody said something funny. Anyway, let's move on. I don't even like that. Speaking of gross things, abortion is this gross thing. Cernovich tweeted out on Sunday, "This is stupid. Trump has always been in the middle on abortion." And I saw that, and I knew that I already always kind of knew that to be true. It's in my other folder, Hassan, if you want to show it. "This is stupid. Trump was always in the middle of an abortion. The country supports the following. First trimester abortions, by and large. The country's a mess, right? So the useful idiots, the masses, the majority, supposedly supports abortions in the first 3 months. And then they want to ban in the last 3 months of your pregnancy, gals. That's how Europeans fell on the issue," tweeted Cernovich, as they were able to debate it versus having Roe v. Wade making any ban impossible. Roe v. Wade was an evil decision from 1973. Can you believe it? 1973. And Trump is for the exceptions. He's like, ban it except for rape, incest, and the life of the mother. And I'm not for killing the baby just because you were R-worded or I-worded. That's not a reason to kill a baby. The heck? You're just adding to her sorrows, the mother's sorrows, by whether she wants it, thinks that she wants it in her darkened, Satan-possessed mind or not. You're adding to her sorrows. You're doing wrong. You don't kill the baby just because of that. Anyway, I thought of Richard Spencer, that guy who was on my show years ago. Alt-right guy. Now he's a Joe Biden supporter. White man. And other people's thoughts on how abortion supposedly brought down crime. Maybe it marginally has had the side effect, really, of bringing down black crime. But at what cost? At what cost has it brought down so-called black crime? You don't do wrong to counteract some other wrong. That's woman thinking. That's communism. That's addressing symptoms. That's throwing out morality. Thinking, let's just be objective, scientific about this. Let's do a study. Let's bring in abortions. And, crime has gone down. Therefore, abortions reduce crime. I don't know I don't know if that's accurate or not. But crime is not the only evil. Abortion is crime. You're killing the babies. And then the women, most of them who have abortions, already have children. So think about how they treat their children after they do that. By the way, Joel Friday TV is coming up in 15 minutes or less. You're pretending that you've reduced one symptom of evil, violent black crime, right? Or violent crime, mostly black. As though that's a viable solution to reducing black crime. I know I'm preaching to the choir, so to speak, because my audience, most of them are not for abortion at all. But just think about that. That's like twisted, messed up, liberal, female-minded thinking. Like a woman thinks, oh, we need to kill the ego. Let's all make fun of each other. Just artificially solving problems. Well, you're not solving anything. You're just being silly. A silly woman. Society is already doing more evil today, maybe, than back when we first instituted the Roe v. Wade thing. John R. Lott Jr. covered how once abortions became a viable choice, anybody can get an abortion. They started having the S word out of wedlock more frequently because you aren't going to be on the hook for a baby, a woman or a man. So they had the S word out of wedlock more frequently. And so children out of wedlock increased after Roe v. Wade. Did you know that? According to John R. Lott Jr.'s research of crimeresearch.org, Crime Prevention Research Center, Dr. John R. Lott Jr., PhD. He's been on the Jesse Lee Peterson show multiple times. So you're pretending that you've reduced one symptom, maybe you have, of violent black crime, and then you've increased blacks wallowing in evil off the charts and victimhood. There's a solution to black crime, and it's not abortion, I'll tell you that much, right? Stupid intellectuals. For example, there's a solution, or as a parallel example, there's a solution to these mass shootings. And it's not taking the guns away. As Hassan said yesterday when he recounted his debate with those liberals, unchristian people, he said it's a people problem. It's not, the guns are not shooting by themselves. It's not restricting the people's rights to guns. It's morality, letting go of anger, the passions, not getting... If you're less passionate, you're less into the S word out of wedlock, by the way. I will have you know. But no, these people want to encourage anger. Get angry. Take away the guns. Get angry. Congress, do something. Look to the government to do something. Typical woman thinking. Have the government do something. The government is not the solution. The government is adding to the symptoms of the problems. Reminds me of the transgenders doing the transitions. Remember my transgender debate? This guy was telling me that supposedly when you do the transition thing, it supposedly brings down the mental illness levels, or at least mental illness symptoms and the suicides of the transgenders. I don't know if that's true. First of all, I doubt it, right? But let's pretend it does. It reduces that symptom of evil. There's a third alternative, though. There's a third alternative. There is one, believing it and not going through with the transition. There is two, believing through it and going through the transition. Those are both two evil alternatives. There's the third alternative is realize that it's not you. It's not who you are. It's not who I am. What you're into or what you think that you are, your image of yourself. They're comparing one bad solution to another and pretending, oh, this is the solution, therefore. Studies show. Blind intellectuals. Reminds me of that guy, Hunter Avalon. Avalon? Whatever his name is. He said, I used to be a liberal until I started reading. I mean, a conservative until I started reading. And he got brainwashed. That's why I like the freshness of a child's view. A child knows that something is wrong here. Well, that guy looks weird. The simple people, the Trumps, the Jesse Lee Petersons, the Jesuses, the Joel Friday TVs live on Tuesdays at 11 a.m. Pacific time. Nice. Simple men who cut through the bogus speech, BS, bogus speech. And they give the big picture, the plain truth as they see it. Nice. So, right on. Nice. You guys talking about no chest, or some of you guys talking about no chest. Speaking of based Elon Musk. Let me show this picture. Let's play it right away. Clip 11. I think I have clip 11. Still Ray tweeted this out. Elon Musk meets Erdogan. It looks like Erdogan, but it's Erdogan, I think. The Turkish prime minister guy. You Armenians don't like this guy, do you? With a baby. What a great dad. Baby X is his name, I guess. What a great dad. 58 seconds. Check this out. Look at him. Erdogan's touching his baby. Elon Musk, you guys know who he is? Yeah, he has like 5 boys. All boys.
X, click the ball. X.
Kick the ball. X. He called him X.
He'll get friendly.
What kind of a father names his kid X?
Where is your wife?
Where's your wife?
She's in San Francisco.
He's married?
We're separated. I take care of him mostly.
I'm clicking the chest, by the way. Opening the chest on D Live. Look at that cute little boy. Looks like a brat. No, I'm just profiling. Punchable kid face. No, I'm kidding around. Totally disavow that. Totally disavow. Look at all those Turks. Old Turks. And one young one. Turkish people. So right on, I don't know right on, but that's cute. What was he doing in Turkey? I don't even know. Cute. Okay, real quick, let me get to a call here. I mean, not a call, a super chat, my bag. No calls, move along. Spacey88 says, Hake, stop letting these people on, this particular people on. They're gross. I-word family, he says. So-and-so has such and such with her person. Stop platforming them. Well, thank you, man. We weren't even aware. We didn't even know. Like, I somewhat recognized her voice. And he's referring to a different show. But thank you, man. Appreciate that. Spicey88. Thanks for the tip and the heads up. I don't know how much of what you're claiming and what you believe is true, nor do I want to know, really, or care. But I agree with you. They come off kind of phony to me, you know? It's true. So that part is fair. And, yeah, we don't like that. We don't like that attention-seeking type of people. I mean, we like them. We like everybody, you know? Yes. But thank you, Spicey88. Appreciate you, man. Steer clear of the gossip, though, because you don't want to speculate about somebody's life. But it's not, I agree with you. I don't like them sneaking on, pulling their publicity mess. So, I don't know if anybody knows what I'm talking about other than Spicey88. But that's fine. Riley JM bought a coffee in a deep Batman voice. I'm for justice. I'm for justice. I like the guy in Batman the Animated Series. Nice. Thank you, man. I'm for justice. Being enlightened, that was what Ben called from Connecticut. And he said he's for justice. But if he's for justice, why would you say most likely he's this or that? I don't know. Be a man. Do the right thing. Being enlightened till I rise says, oh man, look, there's less black crime because we have less black people. Thanks, abortion, says most liberals. SMH, shaking his head or her head. Get behind me, Satan, with that bull jive. Funny. Do bulls jive? Who knew? That's cool. Yeah, thank you for the support, you D-Live contributors, Coffee, Talk with Sandra, GMD Jim, DJ On Paw, and the rest of you. Or whatever. Nice. Okay, where am I? Guys, this has been the Hake Report. We have Joelle Friday TV coming up soon. And then after that, American Anchor Baby, okay? But I have a song to play, and we need to transition morally, of course, in a moral way, to Joelle Friday TV. So enjoy. I will leave you with this beautiful song. Amusing song, at least, right? Somewhat amusing, somewhat remarkable, because I'm sure you guys will have your remarks, okay? This is Left Out, and this is Step Up to the Mic from the 1999 album, the closing song from their album For the Working Class. Adios, America, and catch Joelle Friday TV right after. Bye.
Wave your ass up fist in the air, swing it round like you just don't care. Got chilling, kicking and doing kung fu. Beat up all the fans that are same as you. My stupid city can be up for still a city. You smell bad and your mom dressing funny. Divided we stand, united we fall. We got $1 dog, we got 'em all. Step up to the mic. Step up to the microphone. Swing your partner by the mudflap. Grab a hold of its crusty knapsack. You gotta run away and you gotta smoke a lot. I look good, won't don't tell, cause I'm not. Shit in myself, a profound thinker. Punk and establishment crust propaganda. I got trouble ink on my face. To hold my family is mighty disgrace. Step up to the mic. Step up to the microphone. Z is for color and she wasted away. Stay out of the sun, she hides from the day. When I was a kid, I hated clowns. Depressed and arrested, y'all bringing me down. Boys don't cry, well, that is a lie. I wear all black, fake face, I fly. My name is God Rock and I get respect. Step off the stack, or you're gonna get wrecked. Step up to the mic. Step up to the microphone.